hit that like button, just like Tyson.
I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out!
What's that word? What's that word, family?
Brush.
Hey, man.
Brush.
Check it out.
Brush. I apply the brush. Yeah, brush. I apply the brush. Fresh out the feds and I'm back at it. Got black magic, make it disappear. Keep the pump on me like
We back in action.
Been in the game since a buck. Selling that dog,
Back in
ain't shit
action,
up.
y'all. We on their ass, man. We bringing the pressure.
Never stop. Busting her ass and
Right?
never.
It's all fake media, especially in the black community, man. Because you know why? Let me take these headphones off. I'm through listening to pressure. I'll put them back on later so I can talk to y'all intimately. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's been so much stuff going on in the black Manosphere. Let me tell you that. It's a new guy that I just started to follow. He goes by the name of the Lead Attorney. He's a great guy, man. He's been an attorney for over 20 years. He's out here just spitting the truth, man. He's spitting the truth to the people. And he's such a great guy. He said, hey, man, you can use my content. Now, when I first started doing YouTube, all the YouTubers that I know that's popular, all of those guys, they don't want you using their stuff without their written consent. I don't know why, but I do know why, because they said some people will take a full video instead of just taking little bits and bites of the video. They would take the full video and post it on their channel as if the person that made the actual original video let them do that, or they're part of that camp. But come to find out that a lot of people just take videos, man. They record the whole full video, then they would just put your video on their channel as if they made the content. Now, one thing about the brother, the Lead Attorney, is he said you can use his stuff. He don't mind it. At the end of it all, they're looking for the Lead Attorney. They're not looking for the guy who stole the Lead Attorney's video. They're not looking for those guys. When it comes time to booking people, or you're not even seeing these guys' faces. So it's like, well, you can't get no real money off of the video, but some people take it overboard. And that's what the Lead Attorney was saying about Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels will not let you use his videos. You have to have his full written consent to even be part of his videos, to use part of his videos. It's cool with me because I make content. I'm not a person that's out here stealing content. I actually make the content. You guys come here to hear my thoughts on other people's content or what's going on in the internet or in the world. Because I started my show off, and that's the thing, I started my show off with doing news clippings. Whatever's on the news, that'll be what I talk about. Majority of the times, that's what I talk about, the stuff that's on the news. And I'm a real small YouTuber. I'm relatively small. A lot of you guys might look at me and say, hey man, well, look like you got all the equipment going on. Some doors might open for you in the future, which that could be true. Doors could open for me in the future, and that's what I plan. I'm not doing this for my health. I'm doing this for the love of entertainment. See, that's the thing about it. I'm an entertainer, so I'm doing this for the love of entertainment. I decided to make me a channel after watching years of The Breakfast Club, watching academics come up and other people like that, Truth Teller and whoever else I watch. So I started studying how to make videos, and I studied Charlemagne the God. And like I told y'all in another video, by me studying them, they left a bad taste in my mouth because of the activity that they do on the show as far as the homosexual jokes that they play. Now, I have no problem with gay people being on YouTube, having their opinions, having their shows, but I've never seen a gay person talk sexual to another gay person, because that's, number one, that's not the content that I'm looking for. I'm looking for ideas. I'm looking for people that's talking and people that's holding my interest. I'm not looking for the shenanigans. So that's one thing that I didn't like about The Breakfast Club. It just got to being too many shenanigans going on. Even though they had a lot of information, because they are the biggest thing out here on YouTube. But it just wasn't for me after a while. In fact, I unsubscribed to The Breakfast Club and they still pop up on my channel. It's like, YouTube, what are you doing? If I unsubscribe to somebody, how the hell would they pop up after every video I watch. Like, damn, like they got YouTube on lock. Like, I don't even want to see them. I want to, like, it should be a block button on here so you can block content creators if you don't want to see them for a while, you know? So that's the reason why you guys see me now. It's because the Breakfast Club inspired me. DJ Academics inspired me, and other YouTubers as well. And besides that, I said, hey, you can really make money off of YouTube? And the ones that I follow say yes, they make plenty of money off of YouTube. Let me stick my head in that. If I can try to be a rapper for years and years and years, why not just talk about the content that I want to talk about for a couple of years, make a few dollars, you know, and live decent. I go to work. I got a 9 to 5. I can't afford to be on YouTube 24/7, man. I see people making 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos in one day. The lead attorney just made a video, I think it was Father's Day, 9 hours long. 9-hour long live. Who the hell can do that? Number one. The lead attorney, I think he has about 25,000 subscribers right now. And he's been up for a little bit over a year. I have 600 subscribers. I've been up for maybe 6-7 months, but my content is a little bit more different than theirs. People go to the lead attorney because he has legal advice. People went to Kwame Brown because he was already a professional. They were talking about him so bad in the news. People said, well, I don't know who Kwame Brown is. Let me find out who this guy is. And then once he started opening his mouth, it was like, oh man, you know, like people just got glued to the screen. I said, one thing I like about Kwame Brown is he'll shout out a smaller YouTube channel like mine. He'll shout it out. He'll say, hey, I need y'all to go check out Members Only Podcast. He's at 600 subscribers right now. He needs to be at, you know, a few thousand right now. You know, let's make it happen for him. So that's one thing I do like about the lead attorney, Kwame Brown, because like I said, they will let you use their content, but you can't be greedy. You cannot be greedy. You got to get in there. You got to use what you have to use and don't take it overboard. Because then those brothers would be like, well, you know what? I don't want nobody else using my content because these few people had took it overboard. But it's been something going on that they've been talking about recently. They've been talking about Dr. Boyce Watkins. You know, I don't know how Boyce Watkins infused himself into the situation. But come to find out that Boyce Watkins, for some reason, he wanna attack black men and pander to females. You know, and it's like, okay, that's cool. You know, if you're pandering to females, but don't down the men. Don't down the men while trying to get your audience up. So Boyce Watkins, he figured out that if he talks shit about Kwame Brown, maybe he can get a few more thousand subscribers. Now, he's already at the top of the food chain when it comes to this YouTube thing, but he's not at the top. He's at the top. And one thing I noticed about YouTubers since I started my YouTube channel is that all big YouTubers have an enemy. And it's sickening to me because why do black grown men have to come at each other? Why do black men have to have enemies? I call it, in fact, the war in the black manosphere. Because why can't we just get along? Even though the lead attorney seems like a great guy, seems like he don't want no trouble, he's been a lawyer for 20 years, in a few days, this guy's going to have an enemy. He's going to have a real live enemy that talks about him. Now, I don't really follow or take notes as well as I should, because he probably already got an enemy out there, somebody that's really hating on him. But what I can say is, this Boyce Watkins situation that he's been speaking on recently, see, the lead attorney says this. He says, you know, he has no problem with you pandering. Like, I have no problem with a person pandering. But it's just a point that when you're pandering and you're trying to knock somebody else down, which happened to be the black man, that it just ain't right. I think Boyce Watkins says something to the tune of, if you're not married to a single mother as a black man, you're doing harm to the community. which just don't make no goddamn sense at all. Like, and they're talking about professional men because Boyce Watkins married a woman. I think she's a doctor as well, a PhD as well. Married a woman that had 3 kids. Now, Boyce has to raise those kids because I think a couple of them may be underage. But he married a woman that had 3 kids, man. In fact, the woman he married took a photo with him and Willie D on their wedding day. And I'm going to try to pull up that photo of Willie D real quick. Let me see if I can get it. Photo of Willie D and Boyce Watkins' wife. Hold on. Let me see. Never mind. But it's a photo floating around the internet of Dr. Boyce Watkins and his wife, and she's like staring into Willie D's. Like he's not looking at her; he's looking straight ahead. She's looking at him. Very strange to be a woman that just got married. She's looking at him like he's her husband. Like if you actually saw the picture, you will see Boyce Watkins seeming like he's standing to the side next to a couple, because she's looking at Willie D like you're amazing. You know what I'm saying? And one thing Boyce Watkins have to realize is Willie D's solo album, the major hit on his solo album was called The Cleanup Man, right? Willie D is the cleanup man. He'll sweep your girlfriend off her feet, yeah. And that seems like exactly what was going on in that photo. When I first saw the photo, it was on Willie D's page. I said, what the hell is Willie D doing, bro? I saw that photo. I said, that's his wife looking at this man like he's a piece of chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow. And before I can comment, I looked into the comment section, and everybody in the comment section was like, man, look at how she's looking at Willie D. Willie D's gonna have this girl. Woo woo. And it appeared that Willie D was on a date and Boyce Watkins just happened to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, whoa, it just blew me back to see her looking at another man like that. Now, you're a woman with 4 kids. You know, Boyce, you might have to slow down just a little bit, man, and peep your woman, man, because that was an awkward moment. Now, Willie D took that photo down, but once he took that photo down, it was all over the internet. It was too late. It was everywhere. And it was just amazing to me that this woman would be looking at this man like that. So a lot of people got on that. And I guess Boyce Watkins didn't like it at all. So, you know, like I said, he started getting into a lot of stuff with Kwame Brown. And people, other YouTubers, had to protect Kwame and start to stand up for Kwame. You know, it just wasn't right. Why would you attack a black man? We don't think the same. We're not the same. You know, it's almost like I said, every major YouTuber has an enemy. Now, Boyce Watkins told Kwame Brown, hey man, step on my show and we can debate. And you know, the lead attorney, he does divorces. And he said this story on his live earlier. He said that he was with a man, you know, in mid-40s. They were going through a divorce. And the man, you know, he took the man into his conference room. The man just broke down and started to cry. And he like, you okay? And the man was crying because he said, she's gonna take my daughter away from me. And the lead attorney felt like, you know, a lot of men go through that. They get attached to these kids and they get married to the mom. You know, some of them change the kid's last name, as Steve Harvey did. Some of them change the kid's last name to their last name. And then they get a divorce. And she can get child support for that child, especially if she gets you to adopt them. If she gets you to adopt that child, she's getting child support for that child from you. Now, the thing is, by that not being your biological child, you may not ever see that child again. Now you done put in this child through private school, all type of soccer classes, the soccer team, the basketball team, the volleyball team, the swimming team, whatever the kid want to do, your money was financing it. Now the woman that ran off for whatever reason, maybe it just was time for y'all to break up. But now that breaks up you and the child as well. And so the lead attorney said to Boyce Watkins on his show, he said, no, don't debate Kwame Brown, debate me, because I've seen it. We're both professionals. You're a doctor of finances. I'm a doctor of law. He said, no, debate me. He said, you don't want Kwame Brown to pass you a basketball and say, step out on this court. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you want, because that's his profession. Your profession is to be an intellect. You're an intellect. You're coming across as a black intellect, a leader in the community. So debate another leader. I don't think Boyce Watkins want to debate an educated man. He want to debate a country bunkin that's good with a basketball in his hands. He want to debate me, a person with a criminal background. So that's what he want to do. He just want to embarrass somebody. He don't want to get up there with the black intellects. You know what I'm saying? How about you debate Dr. Cornell West or something like that? Debate somebody like that. You don't debate a basketball player. Now, these guys are amazing. I'm going to tell you, when I heard that the lead attorney did a 9-hour stream, I was like, oh my God. But see, I noticed one thing about his streams, like his streams are everywhere, because he's mainly getting questions from the people, which makes sense because the people are questioning you, but he's mainly just answering questions all day long. He's inviting people onto the show, but he's not talking like, I'm just going to talk about this story straight. That's all I'm talking about. It's this one story. His streams go all over the place. That's one thing I don't do. See, I'm not a talker like that. It took me a lot to start this YouTube channel, y'all. It was really hard for me. It took me a lot to start this YouTube channel. At first, I didn't even want to sit in front of the camera. I didn't even want to be talking. I just get on here, read the story, play a video, and get up off of it. So I always knew that it was getting greater later. And I just worked at it and worked at it. So now I'm getting just a little bit better. I'm not at my peak, nowhere near, but I'm getting just a little bit better. And every time I make a video, it has the potential to be better than the last video, depending on what the subject matter is. Now, tonight's subject is, like I said, why do black men, from Charleston White, his whole show is about beef. He's beefing with the Crips, he's beefing with the Bloods, he's beefing with white people, he's beefing with Asians, just everybody. Hussein Campbell, he's beefing with everybody. His beef is so hard that his wife's supposed to want a divorce, which I don't believe that at all. I think that's just a storyline. It's just so much beef in the YouTube world. So now we got Kwame Brown beefing with Charlamagne the God, Matt Barnes, and others. So it's almost like you got to pick a side. And like Kwame Brown, it appears that he's on the side of Kevin Samuels, O'Shea Duke Jackson, now the lead attorney, Judge Joe Brown. But we got Charlamagne the God's side, which would be Matt Barnes, and Dr. Boyce Watkins, somebody that he's interviewed. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that Charlamagne's interviewed, which he got a lot of connections. But it almost seems that we can't do nothing without having beef and issues, even when it comes to the professional level. As a black man, can't do nothing. Now, I made my YouTube channel and I promised myself, I said, I'm not finna get up here and be beefing with none of these YouTube niggas, especially just to make views. I'm not even finna do that. Not for the views. I know you ain't gonna do nothing to me. I know when we see each other, you're not gonna do nothing to me. But it's just crazy. And let me get back to the subject at hand. One person that's actually handling this single parent stepchild shit in the right way, I feel it's Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey changed the name of Lori to Lori Harvey, but I feel like he did the wrong thing because she's destroying his name. She done date, what, 10, 15 guys in a year. Turn a Harvey name into like a whore name. She dated a father and a son. A father and a son, bro. Could you imagine a man dating a mother and a daughter? You know what I'm saying? What would happen if a man dated a mother and a daughter? What would he be called? He raised her. We got Willie Allen did that shit, right? He's a white man. He's not in the black manosphere. Maybe the reason why we're not looking at Puffy like that is because he didn't raise her. But it's like, wow, you know, what type of shit is she on? Seriously. She would fuck a son and a father? I get it. Whoa, she just blew up after that, man. She blew up after that. That was all publicity for her. Now she's with Michael B. Jordan. A lot of people are calling him a simp. See, that's the thing. Boyce Watkins got some type of idea that if you're not marrying a black single mother, you're hurting the black community, which makes absolutely no sense to me at all, because the man that the single mother wants is a top tier black man. And when you look at the background of the single mothers, they've had babies with just street dudes. So now you got 3 or 4 babies. The guy you want is a guy like the lead attorney, is a guy like Boyce Watkins, a guy that's making 6 figures. You know, that's the guy that they want. A guy that can take care of them. They figure that they did enough anyway. But what is she giving up for this guy? That's what I'm saying. What is she giving up for this guy? Not only me am I saying it, but that's what everybody else is saying. You know, and the thing is, a black woman can be a single mother. It was something on Facebook. It was a single mother of 5 kids. I think she went back to college and got like her master's degree. That was celebrated all over Facebook. But what would she do after that? Now, I know a lot of black single mothers that have went to school. They don't have like police backgrounds. They might have messed with thugs and criminals, but they actually were protected from the street stuff. So they don't have a background. They can go to college. A lot of women are smart, black women especially. They say that all the time. We always say black women are the most educated per capita. But how could you be educated and making dumb decisions by having children by men that's not educated as well? I don't know. See, I'm looking for a single mother because I'm a single father. But if I was a guy in the higher bracket of making money, and I can pick a woman that's going to school doing all of that without children, why would I want a distraction in my life? That's what a lot of brothers are asking. Maybe they need to work it out with their baby daddies when they get out of jail, or, you know, or whatever. Maybe they have to work it out with one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I've been in relationships before with women that they don't even want me to say anything to their kids. Like, don't say nothing to him. I'll take care of him. Anything you got any issue with him, I'll take care of him. And it's like, okay, so you can take care of the discipline part, but I'm taking care of the bills. I'm taking care of the house. I'm taking care of the car. I'm cutting the grass. All this type of stuff. You know, I done been in situations like that, ladies and gentlemen, and it didn't hurt me. It's just all weird. Why is it that these black men, successful, educated, even uneducated, but very successful, why is it these black men cannot get along? I get upset sometimes. I wake up and ain't nobody posting nothing on YouTube. Like, I'm actually sitting down watching YouTube like a TV show. Well, I'm getting upset. Man, ain't nobody post nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? But man, oh man, when they start to post, they post 4 or 5 videos all day. The lead attorney, I done seen him on, I think he's still live right now. I don't go live right now because of the simple fact I don't have nobody talking to me back and forth like those guys do. Those guys have people talking to them back and forth. So I don't go live right now. Once I do start going live, I'm not going to make no damn 9-hour long lives. I'm not 3-hour long lives is not what I'm into either. And I'm here to give y'all the information, give y'all how I feel, get right to the point and say, peace. Go ahead and watch the other guy. You know what I'm saying? But come back to me tomorrow. I can see if I made a 10-minute video, then maybe I can make 5 or 6 10-minute videos. But if I make an hour video, half an hour video, you know, that's a lot. And it may look easy. It may look easy, but it got so hard for me to do this at one particular point in time. But like I say, y'all gotta tell me. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But tell me in this comment section, which team y'all on? I know a lot of people ain't on Charlamagne's team because come to find out that this guy's really a creep. A lot of people are building up the underdog, which is Kwame Brown. But don't be surprised if I don't be on this show. Don't be surprised if I don't be on the lead attorney's show. And I actually want to have an interview. I want to converse with other black men and black women in the YouTube world, right? So y'all let me know in the comment section whose side you on. Peace.
That's members with a Z, M.O.P.